During the Super Bowl final, my husband Marcus suddenly suggested we make a bet. Watching the game reach its halftime mark, he said casually, "If the Eagles win, we get a divorce. What do you say?" The Eagles were leading by a landslide. They were bound to take home the championship ring tonight. I stared blankly at the TV screen, my mind drifting back to an Instagram post I had seen just this afternoon, uploaded by Marcus's secretary, Haley. Mr. Marcus said that if the Eagles win tonight, he will finally take our relationship public. Perfect timing, because I have a little surprise waiting for him too. The surprise Haley mentioned was a photo of a positive pregnancy test, showing she was 2 months along. Remembering the sweet, pampering messages Marcus had left under her post to make her happy, I felt an overwhelming sense of exhaustion. With only 1 minute left on the clock before the game ended, I spoke in a quiet voice. "Okay, I'll take that bet." The game ended. Around us, the screams and cheers of our friends watching the game were deafening. Only Marcus and I sat in a silence that felt completely out of place. Marcus froze, looking at me in surprise. I looked at the final score on the screen. Then, I said softly, "You won." He was always going to win this bet. I didn't want to fight it anymore. Marcus, I agreed to the divorce. In our 5-year marriage war, he had finally won. On the drive back, Haley sent Marcus a Snapchat voice note, her voice bubbling with excitement. "Marcus, the Eagles actually won. Does this mean we can finally tell everyone about us?" The voice note played out loud by accident. Every single word fell clearly into my ears. Marcus instinctively glanced at me through the rearview mirror, but he only saw me staring out the window, completely expressionless. He cleared his throat. "It was just a random bet before the game started. I was just trying to make her happy." But Marcus paused, his tone turning somewhat indifferent. "Since I've been with her for so long, I guess it really is time to marry her." I gave a quiet, "Have your lawyer draft the papers." Seemingly not expecting me to agree so easily, Marcus was slightly taken aback. Then he said, "There's no need to rush it like this." I met his gaze calmly. "We wouldn't want to delay your big announcement. It's better to sign the papers as soon as possible." After all, she's been waiting quite eagerly. I wasn't lying. Haley had been with him for 3 years, but she had never gotten the chance to show him off publicly. As long as Marcus and I were married, he couldn't bear to let Haley be labeled a homewrecker. Marcus stared at my face, trying to read my expression, but I was too exhausted. I just closed my eyes. I didn't want to say another word. As we neared the house, Marcus suddenly said, "The power went out at Haley's place. She's terrified of the dark. I need to go over and keep her company." "Okay, just drop me off at the next intersection," I said, not even looking at him. I was already too used to this. Marcus hesitated. Only after I stepped out of the car did he say, "I might not come back tonight." I nodded, my face completely calm. "Okay." After Marcus's car drove away, I stood on the sidewalk for a while. My phone buzzed. It was a Snapchat message from my best friend Amber. "Did you and Marcus leave early? I can't find you guys at the party." Marcus had hesitated for a long time about coming to this game tonight. Maybe out of guilt, or maybe remorse, he had still ended up coming with me. I replied to Amber, "Yeah, we're getting a divorce." Amber replied instantly. "Because of Haley? Why won't that girl just disappear? She's just a secretary." Has Marcus lost his mind? Maybe he had. I didn't know when things had started to change between Marcus and me. When did it begin? Probably when his work got too busy, and we talked less and less. He stopped sharing the funny little details of his day with me. His replies to my messages took longer and longer. Strangely, the thought of divorce didn't make me sad. Instead, I felt a weight lifting off my shoulders. We had known each other for 8 years and been married for 5. This marriage, which had kept me awake for countless painful nights, was finally coming to an end. Just then, a voice note from Marcus came through. "Go to bed early." Marcus always had this habit of slapping me first and then giving me a sweet treat. I was used to this way of living too. Back home, I collapsed onto the couch, feeling drained. I stared numbly at the empty house. I don't know how much time passed before my phone lit up again. It was a notification for an Instagram update from Haley. I clicked on it. It was her relationship hard launch post. "Congrats to the Eagles for winning the championship. Mr. Marcus won his bet. Family of 3, finally together." The photo showed 2 hands overlapping on top of a pregnancy report. My hand automatically drifted to my own stomach. My own medical report from yesterday's checkup was still sitting in my purse. 4 weeks pregnant. It was my second pregnancy.